Assalamu alaikum. Hello everybody. Hope you'll be fine. So today we will be discussing about D1 is mathematics syllabus D1 topic number pattern, which is number 7 from your D1 book. So if we just consider the topic, what the topic means, number patterns means the numbers which you would be given in a particular pattern or in a particular way, like your tables of different numbers. They are given in the patterns. A table of 4, they have pattern or the difference of 4. I mean, if you need to find the next number, you need to add or subtract for that one. Similarly, if you are given any particular pattern, like your pattern is 14, 19, 24. So these four numbers you are given in a sequence, in a pattern. What pattern is between them? I mean, they are following some particular rule to writing the next value. If I told you, if I just suppose ask you, I mean, you are given these 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 numbers, and how can you find the next numbers which might be the missing terms for that one? So for calculating or finding out the next terms or the missing terms, what we supposed to do, we need to identify the difference between these numbers, or we need to identify the pattern among these numbers. So what pattern would be there? I mean, 14 and 19. How we can get 19 after 14? You need to do what? You need to add 5. And if you want to get the next number after 19, the difference between these two numbers is again 5. It's plus 5, mean 19 plus 5, and the difference between the last two terms, which is 24 and 29, again is 5. So with the help of these four numbers, we calculate or we find out the difference between every two consecutive number is 5. So by keeping these differences in our mind, we can give the missing terms. I mean, what will be the next term? If you want to find the next term, we know that the difference between the next term and 29 would be also 5. So 29 plus 5, so next term would be 34, and so on. 34 plus 5 will be the next one, which is 39. So that is basically a pattern which is providing you a sequence or a pattern of numbers. These numbers is 14, 19, 24, 29, 34. They are following a physical pattern, and the pattern is the difference between 5 between every two consecutive numbers. I mean, if you subtract second number from the first, it is 5. 19 minus 14, it's 5. 24 minus 19, again it's 5. 29 minus 24, it's 5. So the difference between the two numbers is 5. So if you will be given the back-to-back missing terms, just like we were not given 34 and 39, and we just calculate. But if they ask you, according to this pattern, it's 14, 19, 24, 29, what will be your 100th term? The term or the answer for 100th term. So then it will be difficult for us. I mean, that might not be possible to keep calculating the values till the 100th term. So to getting rid of this confusion or this problem, we do one thing. We do what? We will calculate its nth term formula for that particular sequence. And what is nth term formula? Nth term formula is a formula for that pattern. Mean a formula which will provide you these numbers. If you put the value of 1, I mean, if you put 1 as your first term is 14, you need to put 1 at place of another formula. If you want to get 19, which is the second term, so that's mean you need to put 2 in place of the formula which we will find out with the help of this pattern. And to calculate the nth term formula, we need to follow a rule. T and mean its term, nth term, and the structure of nth term formula is an plus b, where a is the common difference between the numbers, between the consecutive numbers. If you can just view the sequence, the common difference between the number is 5. So value for a is 5. And what is b? B is t naught. T naught mean the term just before your first term. Mean over here, this is our first term. It is T1, term 1. 19 is term 2. 24 is term 3, so on. So what will be your T naught? Mean a term just before your first term. And first term is 14. How we can find the T naught? T naught is your T1, term 1, minus your common difference. What is the common difference? Like your term 1 is 14, common difference is 5, so we'll say T naught just before the first term is 9. So with the help of A, which is common difference, and B, which is a term just before your term 1, so we can construct an nth term formula, Tn, for that sequence. Nth term formula for that sequence, Tn. A is common difference, and the common difference for that sequence was 5. N is a variable which will be written as it is, and plus b was 9, which we calculate. 9 mean a term just before your first term. So for that particular sequence, which is 14, 19, 24 and 29, our nth term formula is 5n plus 9. Now I'll move back toward the question. Your question was, what is the 100th term for that particular sequence? We have been calculating an nth term formula. So now 100th term mean we will substitute the value of n, which is 100. How? We already know the formula. Formula is Tn equal 5n plus 9, and we need to calculate which term? We need to calculate 100th term. So it's mean 5 times 100 plus 9. So for that one, T100 will be, it's 500 plus 9. So your T100th term for that sequence is 509. Mean if you are following this sequence, in this sequence the numbers at 100th place, at 100th position is 509. So this is how we can calculate the nth term formula for any particular sequence in which you are given a common difference. You are given a same common difference for that particular value. Means a common difference was 5, and we just calculate nth term formula, which is over here. It's 5n plus 9. Or when we have nth term formula, we can calculate any term which you would be asked. In this question they ask us about to calculate the nth term formula for particular sequence. It's 5n plus 9, and 100th term for that formula, which is 5n plus 9. So 5 times 100 plus 9 will be 509. So this is how we can find out nth term formula for any particular sequence where your common difference in your very first order, this is first order common difference. If your first order common difference is same, so this is how we can calculate nth term formula. Thank you so much.